After a difficult afternoon today, falling to a 3-1 defeat at Colchester, what's your immediate reaction to that?
Obviously disappointed. We've worked hard in training in the week and prepared well. We knew what was in store. A team on form, a couple of real live wires up front. And the key, one of the key factors of getting the result was staying organised. I thought we scored a wonderful goal to get into a great position just after a few minutes. But what followed, the following 10 minutes, just a couple of moments of madness yet again, and another game where we go home with nothing from conceding daft goals.
Do you feel it was very much similar to at Fleetwood in those are the issues, rather than coming up against an attack who was full of talent, as you alluded to?
Well, their talents came to the fore. Really after those moments allowed them in, and then you've got confident players, with a 2-goal cushion and able to express themselves with the home crowd buoyant and right behind them. And confidence is huge in football, and you do get a lift from fans being behind you.
Yeah, how much did the opposite of that affect us today, confidence-wise? It felt like when we went 2-1 down, confidence seemed to drain out the players, playing in a bit of a different way. Is that on the back of perhaps the last 3 results, and did you see it that way?
I think it's inevitable, isn't it? That from playing really well and a good run, and we keep running cycles of good run, and then come unstuck through a couple of daft mistakes, and it leads to 2 or 3 defeats. And I think goals change games, and it obviously upsets the flow of our team when you concede 3 goals before half time. It's inevitable.
We started, of course, very well, as you mentioned. The goal to make it 1-1, perhaps an element of fortune in the way it fell to their player, but was from your point of view, maybe were we guilty of inviting pressure, or was it just fell to the right person at the right time?
Well, I don't think they've gone forward too many times.
No.
What minute is it they scored? I
think 13, 14 maybe.
Yeah, so it's hardly under the cosh for those minutes, especially when you're up 1-0. It was just a case of we outnumbered them in the box, and we just didn't pick up the man who scored, and that happened for the first couple of goals.
Then to concede again in quick succession, how concerning is that? It's a couple of games in a row now that we've done that. Is that again a confidence and a mindset thing?
Yeah, it stayed in that moment, isn't it? I mean, the volume came up here, but it's out of San Siro, no disrespect. It's a good home support, a great stadium, it's set up, and it's a big club at this level, and that you expect them to be behind their team. That's just external noise that you've got to get over as a professional footballer. And there was one option for Anderson for the second goal that the wide man picked out really nicely, but we outnumbered them in there. Just go and pick up your man, and we didn't make that. We weren't showing enough vitality in our box to be able to defend those situations. I've got to look at it. I've asked the players again. I think the style of play is conducive to get the best out of our players, or did you feel open because of that? And to a man, no, because what we don't want to do is press from the halfway line, invite it on. We want to express ourselves going forward with the attacking talents we have got, more of this year. But at this place, sometimes it is frustrating. We feel well equipped to sort it. After 700 games, where as soon as you sort one thing, there becomes another problem to solve. And whilst we want to get after teams a little bit more and be a higher level club, it's that spacing behind, and a few times they burned us off with the pace and upset us.
Was that the thinking as well behind the change you made at half time, bringing Zico Asari on, a player who does possess quite a bit of pace at the back? And do you feel like, is there a positive to take in that the second half? They didn't add to the scoreline, albeit they were looking very threatening towards the end of the first half. Yeah,
they were looking threatening, and they had some efforts on goal during the second half as well. I think it would work at least once. I think they've got attacking threats that are better than this level, so fair play. They're a good club, and they can attract that kind of talent and invest in it. So that's fine. We just have to go again, but make sure that we keep trying to sharpen up what's looking a bit blunt and a bit frayed around the seams at the minute, and we've got to stay on task the players who are actually excelling.
Thank you.
Cheers.